Who doesn't like a cup of tea? Well, if you have a cup of tea, you need a teapot. So we'll start off with the teapot here. This teapot is made of metal and it's quite heavy. And as you can see, it's got a little mouse on top of it. There's his eyes. Oh, they're made out washers. How clever. And the teapot down inside, you can actually pour from the spout, as you can see. And there is the little mouse on the top, isn't he? Oh, he's bolted to the top. Now, let's go to the creamer. And look, there's the little cousin mouse on the top, also made out of a screw. And if we turn him around that way, somewhere, you can put the put the spoon through there. Actually, I think we've got them on the wrong one. That's what we've done. Let's move that one across there, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So we'll move that one there. We'll put this one back on here, little mouse, and that is your creamer jar. That was my hand live that you saw then. Now, if you're to pick these up, we're talking a couple of pounds at least. Now, let's have a look at the creamer, the sugar bowl. Now, there's the little mouse, matching mouse. So we've got a full family of mice. Wherever you look, there's mice on these teapots. And they're all so cute. And look at this. This is where the recess is for your spoon to go into the sugar jar. Now, we'll move on to some men in our lives. Here we have a silver man. How clever is he? He's all welded. And then we'll move on to the old man. Now, the old man has got his walking stick there. See his walking stick? He's metal too, and his hat is made out washers and a nut. And he's three-dimensional, so you can turn him around and he'll pivot there. Then, of course, there are some people who may have went out for a night out. They're leaning on the lamppost. I think there's a song about the lamppost. Yeah, leaning on the lamppost. Well, if you thought that song was based on fact, just have a look at this drunken man leaning on the lamppost. There's lamppost. Once again, lamppost made out washers and metal. Now, when he gets home, if he doesn't have a nice wife, she might actually threaten that if he doesn't leave, she'll shoot him. And this is the lovely wooden gun carved out of a single piece of wood. It's even got the magazine there. Look at that, perfectly made. Just like my fingers that you're looking at now that weren't meant to be in it, but nevertheless. And then look at this, weighing in at probably a quarter of a pound or more, is this magnificent Lee Enfield rifle, perhaps. Look at that, it's even got the strap underneath it. It's got the bolt mechanism on it, and even a bayonet. And of course, it's solid, it doesn't work. It's about getting towards 10 inches by the time that do that. It weighs close on half a pound. For those that you don't know, it's probably about 24 centimetres or something like that. Now, if that isn't craftsmanship, then you obviously haven't had a talented husband as talented as the man that made these. Now, we're just going to destroy the little diorama here and show you the cutlery bird. This is the cutlery bird. Now, look there, there's 9 teaspoons that have been sacrificed. That's the tail feathers and the main feather. And the body of the bird is made out of a soup spoon. And we go, the legs are made out of forks. And we don't waste, no, sorry, not we, the gentleman that made these, bent the spoon to make, look at that, a beak and 2 eyes. And we'll just lift this one a little bit up there so you can have a look. There's the spoon underneath it, dessert spoon, got the 2 forks for feet on it. They've got the claws, and that is Magnifica Cutler bird, only found very, very rarely in certain parts of Alberta in Canada. And cutlery bird is extremely rare. Canadian Geographic Society may recognise the creator of this monumental artwork, and then again it might win a prize at the Calgary Artistic Art Show. So if you think those things are very clever, then it just shows the dedication that some people have to making things using their acute sensitivity at what goes on and making that. Now, this probably came about from previous history, and this here is something we left to last. And an absolutely exquisite saddle. See the little markings on it, everything else like that. It's got the horn on it, roping horn. It's got the stirrups down there. We'll get the stirrups in a minute. Look at that. The saddle line. And look, even the saddle, the seat of it, the back part is there. We're all trying to think very quickly what it's called. It's not the horn at the saddle, it's the, you've got the horn there, that's beautiful. But how is that for talent? And this is only some of the collection that this very talented man in his lifetime made to please his loving wife. If we just go off camera for a minute, we'll show you yet another creation. This is Cranus Faucus. Cranus Faucus is a three-dimensional model that, once again, the kitchen cutlery was sacrificed, because this is all metal, to make this beautiful giant flying cutlery bird. So if you haven't been to Canada, look at that, face on. It actually reminds me a little bit of a Minnesota mosquito.
Mosquito, yeah. I think mosquito or a hummingbird.
Or a hummingbird. Look at that. Wings there so it can fly. We'll just get, we just go off camera there for a minute, because it's got a long stake in it to put in your garden as decoration, and that would certainly frighten any other creatures away. Look at that. Look at that. Straight coming towards you. What a magnificent structure. And unfortunately, the gentleman that made these has passed on. So this is a little RiP piece for Ernest Klippenstine of Calgary, who during his long life working in metal and wood left these little tributes to the family. So we thought we'd do this so that you too could see some of these, because they are in a private collection, and just realise the talent that this man had and how he utilised it. So subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and perhaps make a comment if perhaps your father or grandfather, and we're making this on Father's Day 2024 in Calgary, Alberta. If your father or your grandfather or an uncle or your son or someone could make a tribute like this. So don't worry about that. Bird just decided that it would fall over. It's a bit tired. This clip went on. But there we are. So we've got the cream, teapot creamer and the sugar bowl. We've got the jazzman there. We've got the Cutlery birdus of Alberta. We've got the very tired old man resting, even though he's got his Stetson cowboy hat on, probably getting ready for the stampede in July. And this man, I think, has been to Hooters too many times. And if we just get around there, the bird wants to be in it, leaning on a lamppost. So famous that he made a song. and the carved rifle there out timber, and in front of it the magnificent replica, we think it's a Lee Enfield with the bayonet, right down to the straps on it, all made out of metal, solid metal. And unfortunately Ernie's ridden off into the sunset now on his horse, and he's left this wonderful tribute saddle behind with all its markings, so that you, the people watching this, watching this, can perhaps become creative in your life. And if one man can do this, imagine what if everyone in the world got a little bit more creative without any grants from the arts department or things like that, and made things like this. What a wonderful world. So hit the like button and tell us what's happened with the men in your life as far as their artistic and creativity.